Korean Peninsula affairs recorded a breakthrough change with several historical events taking place in 2018. Inter-Korean summits resumed after a gap of more than a decade, adopting the Panmunjom Declaration for Peace, Prosperity and Unification of the Korean Peninsula in April and the Pyongyang Joint Declaration in September. These events have turned the situation from the edge of war to dialogue and détente, opening hope of a denuclearized, peaceful and prosperous peninsula.
A trade war between the United States and China, with a series of tariff paybacks, significantly impacted global trade, economy, and financial markets, dimming the forecast for global economic growth this year and in 2019, and pushing many countries to change their trade policies to avoid associated risks. The dispute has also expanded into other areas like technology, foreign diplomacy, and military.
The Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, a replacement of the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, was inked on March 9 and will take effect from January 2019. Consisting of 11 members, including Vietnam, CPTPP is one of the most comprehensive trade deals ever concluded. Once fully implemented, the pact will cover a market of 500 million consumers, with a combined GDP accounting for 30.5% of global GDP.
After very tough negotiations for the UK to leave the EU, or BREXIT, on November 25th, the two sides agreed on a draft political declaration to shape the future relationship. However, the Brexit progress is still plagued with latent uncertainties as it faces barriers from the British Parliament, which is divided over controversial customs conditions. The future of Brexit is unpredictable, and exiting without a deal remains a possibility.
The Yellow Vest movement, motivated by rising fuel taxes, has expanded fast and escalated into riots, described as the worst in France for decades, and even spread to other countries. The movement has exposed deep social and economic divisions in France.
Relations between Russia and Europe have almost reached the lowest level in years after former Russian double agent Sergei Skripal was poisoned in the UK in March. The confrontation was also reflected in most of the world's pressing issues like in Syria, Ukraine, and the Korean Peninsula. The tension accelerated following the launch of the United States investigations into alleged Russian interference in the 2016 American presidential election.
Neglecting international rules and norms, U.S. President Donald Trump on May 8 unilaterally withdrew from the nuclear agreement with Iran, which was finalized by his predecessor Barack Obama's administration in 2015, and restored sanctions against Iran. The move has threatened the economic interests of many countries and caused cracks in the relationship between the U.S. and its European allies.
A strong earthquake and associated tsunami hitting Sulawesi Island in September, and a tsunami triggered by an eruption of the Anak Krakatau volcano in the Sunda Strait in December have taken the lives of at least 2370 people. Previously, in late July and early August, Lombok Island experienced 2 earthquakes, killing more than 400 people.
Spread of fake news on social media platforms from Facebook to Twitter and WhatsApp has caused real consequences. Fake news has been accused of contributing to the manipulation of election outcomes, provoking violence, deepening ethnic conflicts, causing social division, and triggering political instability in many nations. The reputation of tech giants like Facebook and Google has been shaken following the involvement in security breach scandals that exposed millions of user accounts.
The murder of the Saudi Arabia journalist Jamal Khashoggi inside Saudi Arabia's Consulate General in Istanbul, Turkey, in October shook global public opinion. It set off a diplomatic crisis between Saudi Arabia and its Western allies and caused the country's regional reputation to deteriorate. Several countries have announced travel bans imposed on Saudi citizens and urged the United Nations to launch an international probe into the case.